Hey guys, it's AJ from Scene World, and today we're taking a look at some of the gameplay dynamics of Ruin Raiders. Developed by the OverPowered Team and published by Freedom Games on the PlayStation 4, Windows, Switch, Xbox One, and Mac? I don't know. This says Mac, but I don't see a Mac release anywhere, but whatever. That's not what we're here for. Let's review this game. Ruin Raiders is a turn-based tactical game where you take control of a team of anthropomorphic animals, each with special abilities, and use them to, well, raid ruins. The ruins themselves are procedurally generated, so you'll never play the same level twice. So let's take a look at the game and get some impressions. This is just the intro. And this is also just still the intro. The first thing you'll notice playing the game is, it's isometric. Hello, bombshell. They call this roguelike, which is defined as a subgenre of role-playing video games characterized by dungeon crawl through procedurally generated levels, turn-based gameplay, grid-based movement, and permanent death of the player character. But all this really screams to me is, I'm looking at things isometrically, and I'm already getting Marble Madness sweats. You're on a quest to explore. Actually, what you're doing is raiding the ruins of an ancient civilization to collect blueprints or technology, find new weapons, and discover ancient writing to help unlock the story of whatever cataclysmic event befell the ancient civilization of whose ruins you're raiding. This falls pretty hard into the Atlantis trope, where the ancient civilization that you're raiding has a much higher level of technology than yours, which is presumably the more modern civilization. It's a pretty well-trodden literary theme that doesn't happen much in real life. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna find the blueprints for a functional MRI while wandering through ancient Minoan ruins, but then there are sentient dogs and rhinos and birds working together here, which sounds significantly more Planet of the Apes than the civilization that we currently live in. So maybe we're looking at our own future here? I don't know, man. It's a video game. We're supposed to suspend our disbelief. One thing that I cannot suspend is all the treasure chests, or whatever you want to call them. There are these boxes all through these rooms, and they're largely there for no reason other than decoration and cover. This is how the game procedurally generates rooms. It randomly plops crates and boxes places, which probably saves a great deal of time and resources that embedding walls and creating the assets to do so would take up. But in my brain, I feel like I should be checking every single one of these boxes for some kind of potion or key or something. That's entirely on me. They do make it pretty obvious what boxes you're supposed to pay attention to, and which ones are simply there for cover, but I still have trouble shaking the feeling that each of these should be hiding something for me. Up to this point, we've just been wandering around some empty ruins, but combat does happen, like right now. Now, gameplay is turn-based, so you've got plenty of time to make decisions. This is neither a plus nor a minus for me, as I like turn-based gaming just as much as I like Twitch-based gaming, and it sort of reminds me of my youth playing the old SSI Advanced Dungeons & Dragons games on my Commodore 64, which, come to think of it, were also isometric whilst in battle. Some of these fights can actually draw out quite a bit, because some of the robots you're fighting against are awful shots, and you really need to be tactical in where you place your players and how you set up your shots in order to prevent getting taken out. Don't worry too much about getting taken out. As much as this is a roguelike game, actual player death is rare, if it happens at all. Individual characters tend to faint if beaten in battle, and once the battle is over, they're right back to life, albeit with decreased hit points, which can be replaced with health packs or whatever they use here. The only time that there's ever really permanent death is in the event that the entire team is knocked down, at which point your game is over. And that's it really. That's largely the game. I mean, there's loot to be had, and there's a system for distributing this loot betwixt your characters, which allows you to customize your team with different weapons and defense systems. I mean, you're watching me play this, and this is what the game is. It's fairly straightforward and consistent, and it's easy to play and easy to lose track of time doing it. I mean, I played this game for about 4 hours straight and didn't realize that I was playing it for that long. And while I wasn't in the best of places mentally at the time, this might be the game's biggest strength, because it falls into this chasm between casual and more serious gaming. Like, the real strength of this game is that you can take it as seriously as you really want to. Like, you can spend hours getting into it, seeking out the sacred texts, keeping multiple save states or whatever. Or you can just run around for a few hours, getting into fights until it's game over, and then do it again the next time you feel like killing a few hours. Ruin Raiders is almost the textbook definition of an entirely inoffensive game, and it's hard to come up with complaints or even really opinions about it. I mean, this isn't Soul Calibur 6, where the story mode is a slop of cutscenes from every previous game and can't stick to a genre. I mean, 1 minute we're looking at an anime slideshow, and the next we're reading text, and the next we're watching badly animated characters, and then there are fights that are off-screen where you just hear the characters going, and yeah, and it just goes on and on and on, and you only get like 4 actual fights in the entire goddamn thing, and it's a fighting game, so you'd think that would be the first thing you'd be doing the most. And the jiggle, my god, the jiggle in Soul Calibur 6. What actual self-respecting ninja would create an outfit like this? Since when were diamond hard nipples part of the toolkit of a demon hunting ninja from the 16th century? Wait, hang on. This isn't what we're talking about. We're Ruin Raiders. We're talking about Ruin Raiders. So this in a nutshell was Ruin Raiders. Ruin Raiders is a game that can appeal to both casual and more serious gamers. There's really something in it for everyone, and the first time I sat down and really played it, I got sucked into a 4-hour dungeon crawl, which is pretty unusual for me, and I barely scratched the surface in discovering the plot or understanding the technology mechanics. So with more time, this could be really appealing to gamers that are into that. We'd like to thank OP Games for the pre-release code. Ruin Raiders is currently available for digital purchase via Steam and the Epic Games Store for PC and Nintendo for the Switch. Links below. And thank you all for sitting with me while I explore this game. We'll see you next time.